Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. I'm GetGoodGuy, and some information has come out recently about hacking within EA games, and of course the game that I predominantly cover currently, Battlefield 5, falls under that umbrella, and it just so happens to be one of the most hacker-friendly games out there. Unfortunately, that's basically the case. Which obviously means that many players, or many of you guys out here that watch this kind of stuff, are affected by cheaters on Battlefield on a regular basis, or perhaps other EA games out there. So I figure lots of you are itching for any information you can get about this moving forwards, or maybe something to bring you back to the game if hacking has already driven you away. Now, as I've not really seen much video coverage of this that I'm going to talk about today, I felt it made sense to shine some light upon it. And if after this video you want to get into the mind of a hacker slash cheater and see why they do it, what they're thinking, all that, I've linked in the description to an extensive video I made not too long back about one such cheater who dominates some of the Battlefield 5 leaderboards right now with some stupid KD figures and such like. So, to today, some articles were released recently about the discovery of a patent being filed by EA. It's patent or patent, whatever you want to go for, people are going to criticize me anyway, for some technology that checks the user's RAM to see if it can pick up anything untoward that indicates they're using hacking software. Now, I'm keeping that description very simple because I don't want to drown you in specifics, and I'm also not all that knowledgeable when it comes to the details of hardware and software and such like. I keep saying and such like. Anyway, I've linked to two of the articles covering the information in the description so you can check it out in more detail if you so wish. And obviously this all seems to be more so focused upon PC with it talking about RAM and all that. I'm not sure how much of it will apply to console, although of course it could do. It is basically just another computer. But as PC has the far larger hacking issue, well, it seems reasonable to assume it's focused on that more so. Now, this was just a patent, so I won't say that it doesn't absolutely mean it's going to come into effect or work or improve things or anything like that or be anytime soon, blah blah blah. But it seemed relevant to let you know due to just how hacker-riddled Battlefield 5 is. And I personally find it kind of crazy just how bad it can be. I know it's affecting a lot of streamers and people out there that play on PCs, so yeah, they gotta start sorting this out. As well as just for the normal player base, of course. No one wants to deal with that. But then, back to the point, further information came out a few days later, which I saw even less people cover. So the same outlet expanded upon the story. I linked that full article in the description as well, of course. But the short version is that once the initial articles came out, a reverse engineer checked out the anti-cheat system, and it turns out, somewhat unfortunately, that this anti-cheat software, or a version of it, has already been implemented at least to some extent in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, meaning that it's not exactly done a great job so far. But hopefully this can all improve. From what I've read, I get the impression that what's in there at the minute is a pretty basic version, or at least it was and it's being improved, that kind of stuff. But this really does all have to improve at some point. It really does have to. The state of the anti-cheat software in EA games, or more specifically Battlefield, is just a bit of a joke. I did a bit of extra research and I kept seeing mentions of the hacker community seeing Battlefield as an incredibly easy target, pretty much labeling it as having such an ineffective anti-cheat that it may as well not exist at all. And it turns out that those who are aware of this anti-cheat software can pretty much work around it. Honestly, for a full explanation, I'd recommend reading the second article because it gets a bit in depth, but overall it's just a bit confusing. What's new software? What's old software? What does the patent actually allude to and such like? I guess this is why EA haven't actually announced something specifically, and that makes sense. But my takeaway from this is that the anti-cheat is currently very poor. I mean, duh, we all knew that. Hackers are able to work around it with ease, but there may be signs that things may improve. Lots of buts and maybes, but again, with no designated time span available to even begin to make predictions about it. My question for you is, how badly are improvements needed in this regard? Is this information today encouraging, disappointing, or a mixture of both? I personally see it as a mixed bag. It's good to see potential improvements being considered and worked on, but it's discouraging that what we have right now is so ineffective and that it may actually be in some way linked to this software we're talking about. Anyway, not too much talking from me today. I don't want to stretch this out. What I'm going to do is show you some examples now of how bad hacking can actually be in this game. It's incredibly extreme, far beyond what I thought it was like prior to getting this footage. It's actually from a video I made previously. A really nice dude called Travis spent some time recording himself, spectating many hackers on some Asian servers, and he sent me the footage. And I'll add, on Asian servers is where hacking is at its very worst. So take it all in, realize just how bad it actually all is if you haven't seen this before, and well, honestly, it makes sense me using this footage again here today so that you can see it, but also because the previous video where I used it was permanently demonetized for some reason, so yeah. yeah, cheers YouTube, awesome. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. The board of awesome will be at the end of the video, and feel free to hit that like button. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Laters.
We're good? We're clear? Anyone behind me? Not sure which way to look. We'll look at him.
Oh,
Then we'll look
to
at
the left.
this guy. You dead, Ems.
I am.
We're going to try and pick you up and hope we don't die.